Hi, Casey here, and today we are going to talk about meditation, and if you have a very hard time sitting still, what to do about it. We all know and have heard that meditation is so good for you, and when we think of meditation, there's always a picture of someone sitting up super tall with their mudra and their eyes closed, looking so peaceful out in nature, like nothing is wrong and nothing can ever bother them. I too first saw that many years ago and I was like, that looks great, let me give this a try. I went and I put on my yoga pants and my comfy sweatshirt. I went out and sat on a log and I sat like this and I closed my eyes and I was like, okay, I'm waiting, I'm meditating. And my mind was like, no, it's not. You have this to do. You have this to do. Why are you sitting still? You should be doing something else. You're wasting your time. Blah, 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 blah. And then my back was like, ow, this hurts. I don't like to sit still. And then my hip was like, no, it's actually me. I don't like to sit still. My knee was like, don't forget about me. I don't like to sit still either. This is an awful idea. Abort, abort. And I was like, yep, okay, bye. This is weird. Not for me. I'm not meditating. I'm going dancing. I'm moving. This is done. And it took me many years to come to realize, okay, there is something to that seated meditation, and now I cannot wait to sit down with my eyes closed, with my body settled, with my hands on my knees, cross-legged, and drop into my meditation. But it did not start that way, everybody. There's a big space between where I began and where I am now. And when we get lost in the sauce in the middle here, we're like, this is freaking stupid. So I am going to share with you some tips to help you come to realize meditation is a wonderful thing and has clearly been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years for a good reason. So first off, meditation, we can scientifically prove now with all of these great new technologies we have about, putting people in MRI scanners to see what's happening in the brain during meditation. We can measure brain waves, we can measure oxygen flow or blood flow in the brain. And yes, it is true, the brain is more coherent during and after meditation, and long-term meditators, they definitely have more gray matter in their brain, and gray matter is the neuronal cell bodies and their dendrites, and the connections made between all of those with more gray matter allows us to have this higher executive functioning. It controls our sensations, our perceptions, our ability to regulate our psychological and emotional health. More gray matter allows us to have a solid memory, clearer focus, clearer memory, learning, cognitive function, executive functioning, decision making, right? All of that is our gray matter in our brain. Then there's white matter in our brain, which is the axon, so the long extension cords that come off of the neurons that allow for connections from, like, say, the brainstem down into the spine and a little bit further away connections. But anyway, good stuff. And also meditation, we know, increases deep breathing. Meditation is medication for lowering your blood pressure. This is a fact. So it lowers your blood pressure. Meditation can also allow you to breathe deeper, which brings more oxygen to your brain, so you're going to think clearer as well. It's going to calm the nervous system. It's going to take away that stress and anxiety for a period of time. The more you meditate, the less stressed and anxious you may become, or you will become stressed and anxious, but you'll be able to recover a lot faster. The list of benefits go on and on and on. And I'm here to tell you that there are many ways to bring yourself to this meditative space without feeling like just because you can't do this doesn't mean that you can't meditate. Or if you'd like to get to that place of just sitting calm and quiet in meditation, I've got some tips for you. So, number one, breath. The breath is one of the only things that we can consciously control out of the autonomic nervous system that allows us to get into that subconscious place, to start to slow those brain waves down into a more alpha state so that we can slowly bring ourselves into meditation, that single-minded focus, that inward focus where our intuition resides, where our ability to connect the mind and the body is. So first and foremost, if the mind is running in a million different places, whatever is on your mind, say it's your to-do list that like, I should really be doing this instead of sitting and meditating, take out a notepad or your phone and just start to jot down those things so you don't forget them, right? They're not gone. You still have that to-do list, but not right now. So get it off your mind, write it down, say goodbye to it. It'll be there when you're done meditating. Also, connect to the breath. Like I just said, bring your mind's attention, bring your focus to your breath. A classic inhale and exhale. I know it seems so simple, but it works. When you focus on counting to 5 on an inhale and 5 on an exhale, you'd be surprised how quickly you tap into self and all those other little chatterbrains stop and start to fade into the distance. Now, like I said before, when I first sat down to meditate and I was like, oh, this is great, my body was like, no, screw you, we don't sit still. Correct, the body is meant to move. We are human beings who are meant to move. So move your body. I know I have heard, and I'm sure you have as well, with the saying of, oh, if you can't sit for 5 minutes in meditation, then you should be sitting for 2 hours. And to me, I'm like, yeah, good luck with that one, buddy. No, if you can't sit for 5 minutes, don't waste your time. Go and move your body and get it out of your system. Do you ever notice if you had a really busy day, like running errands and doing all the things, and as soon as you sit down, you're like, and that's when you can take your deep breath? Yeah, because your body is tired now. Maybe you ran your sympathetic nervous system up and now you're crashing, but your body has gotten all of the movement out that it needs to get out for the day. So there's something to it. Move your body, go for a run. If you like a little bit more structure, go to that HIIT class, do your spinning class, go to a yoga class. Classic yoga, you know, we think of yoga in the West as this yoga asana. I go to yoga class, I got my Lululemon and my juice and all the fun things, and I make a sweat and it's my workout. Well, classically or traditionally, that yoga asana, those body movements and the sun salutation and moving through the spine and opening up space in the body was meant for preparation to sit in meditation. They didn't just all of a sudden all sit down. No, they moved the body first. So you too, move your body first. I need to go for a run. I need to do a workout. I need to go to a dance class before I can sit in meditation. I've definitely gotten to a place now, I've done it enough where I can go and sit. But some days, if it's the middle of the afternoon, I need to go work out first. I need to move it through my body because we collect so much in our bodies all day, every day, that if we leave it there, that tension is going to get stuck in the body, and that's all we're going to be able to focus on. And a lot of times, yes, meditation is wonderful, and I think everyone should meditate, but sometimes we just need to get that energy out of our body. Like, go punch something, not somebody, something, right? Get that movement and get that energy, the energy in motion. Emotions are energy in motion. Move it through the body, and then notice if it's easier for you to sit in meditation. Another tip, music. Nice, calming, meditative music is incredibly helpful. Why do we love listening to music? Because it focuses us. It brings us into this world. If you've ever been to a concert, everything else disappears except for you and the music and maybe the people around you. There's something to the music thing. I prefer putting on headphones that really shuts out the outside world. And I like listening to either more classical music or just the sound of the ocean waves, something kind of monotonous, nature-based. And that will also help bring you into this centered meditative space. So we've got breath, we've got movement, we've got music. All of these tools are going to help you prepare to sit in meditation. So give it a try. Even if you can sit for a minute, say you do jumping jacks for 2 minutes and then sit for a minute. Do a couple of rounds of that and see how you feel. Notice if it gets easier to sit. Do you get excited to sit? Do you notice your body can relax a little bit more every time that you sit? Or you still sit and you're like, nope, this hurts my hips. If you have tight hips, put your butt up on something, maybe a yoga block or a couple of pillows, so that your knees are always lower than your hips. If your knees are up high, that's going to pinch and that's going to feel uncomfortable, and then after a while you're not going to want to sit. So set yourself up for success. Maybe lean up against a wall or a bed or something so that your back is supported. Make yourself as comfortable as possible so you can get then out of the body and deeper into that meditative space of self. So, I hope this was incredibly helpful for you. And if you have any questions or any ideas that you like to use so that you can sit in meditation, please put them in the comments below.